My golden child brother stole my dad's credit card and spent $20,000 at the mall. He is now refusing to pay his private school tuition. My brother was born 3 minutes after I was delivered, and we had many similarities growing up, except for the fact that he was the golden child. Turns out, my parents were told that the chances of the second baby surviving were low and that my brother would most likely not make it. So when he survived, my parents called him the chosen one. We obviously shared birthdays, but I never expected to share the same cake, especially because our dad owned a successful business. As we entered high school, our parents sent both of us to private school, and I found out from my aunt that I was sent with my brother because my parents didn't want anyone noticing the discrimination. It was obvious to everyone anyway, but they thought no one knew. As my brother grew up, he realized that he could ask for literally anything and my parents would never say no. On our 16th birthday, my brother got a car while I got some clothes. While everyone was standing around his new car, I asked my mom if the car was a gift for both of us. She looked around and saw everyone staring at her, waiting for a reply. She then said yes, of course, sweaty, extra loud so everyone could hear. My brother heard my mom and he threw a tantrum in front of everyone. He started slamming the car's door and my dad stopped him. I then saw him whisper something to his ear, which I suppose was along the lines of, "The car is yours, just play along." He then calmed down and invited me to the car. A few days after the incident, I asked them why they treated us so differently, and their reply was that his existence was a miracle. My dad also added that my brother would be in charge of his business in the future, so he needed to get used to the luxurious lifestyle. They really thought they could rely on him for the future, but little did they know that my brother was stupid. They never checked on our school progress or grades, instead they trusted whatever my brother said. Our teachers showed great concern regarding his grades, but my parents never knew. I tried showing some form of gratitude towards my parents by trying hard at school because I knew they were paying $60,000 per year for both of us. We are set to graduate this year, but I don't think my brother will get his diploma because of how badly he messed up. A few weeks ago, my brother was out with his rich friends when one of them started showing off his watch collection. My brother was never into watches, but at the same time, he hated it when someone had something he didn't. He talked to some more of his friends about watches and according to him, he was peer pressured into buying a watch. He was in no position to buy a watch because he didn't work, and even though we attended private school, I'm sure my parents would never buy a luxurious watch. Conveniently for him, my parents were leaving for a week and left us some money until they came back. My parents probably gave us $150 for the week, and for some reason, this was not enough for my brother. He told me that he knew where Dad kept his credit cards and asked me if he should borrow one. I told him not to, but if he wanted to then he should ask Dad. He refused and said, "What's the worst that can happen?" I shrugged and told him not to do it, but at the same time to keep me out of his troubles. After 10 minutes I heard my brother scream, "I got it," and I instantly knew that he was up to no good.